Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 56. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Rams and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And Charles, it was maybe the most unlikely Super Bowl run we've seen in a long time. What a story. The Bengals had not won a playoff game since January of 1991. 4-11-1 last year, 2-14 the season before that. Bottom line, though, here they are, the AFC champs.
And Brandon, this is one of the more remarkable turnarounds in NFL history in recent years. In fact, most of the guys on this team weren't even born the last time they won a playoff game. Although, not that long ago, they had a stretch.
For the first time in almost 30 years, the big game is back in Los Angeles. Super Bowl 56 underway. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And you can't help but to think back about 14 months or so ago when Joe Burrow was down on the turf in Cincinnati, a really difficult injury, and we knew it right then and there. The doctors weren't even sure if he'd be ready for the start of the 2021 season. But not only did he make it back, he's better than ever, and he's got the Bengals in line to potentially win the first Super Bowl title in franchise history. Joey B is back. Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. By the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line. But I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Open man is Uzama. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Mixon. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the...
And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Leonard Floyd drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And that sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things, getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on third down, it lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
The return is Brandon Powell. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 13th NFL season now. It's Matthew Stafford.
And apparently all Matt Stafford needed was a ticket to L.A. to get his postseason career on track. Never won a playoff game in his decade-plus in Detroit. But he cleared that hurdle a few weeks back, and now he has the Rams in position to play for the ultimate prize and in their home stadium.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Stafford's throw here, hauled in by Cup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. That is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have him a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
From the 36, Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. He completes it to Burrow. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They had had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Slant pass to Bull. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. With the first touchdown of the Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Here's Powell on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Von Bell up to make the tackle. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
They'll run here with Akers.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Michelle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Touchdown! That's called. Cooper Kupp from 4 yards out.
And the Rams are on the board here in this Super Bowl.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time a 6-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. The Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Burrow.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. But Charles, it's the 2nd quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as the quarterback. But like I said, it's the 2nd quarter. So how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass. Okay, that's cool. He's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do just that. Now left side on the swing pass. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll lead here convert to a third down. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Meanwhile, Burrow's thrown into the hands of Sample.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. They'll run with Mixon. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun to give to Mixon. Uses the stiff arm. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
48 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Aaron Donald. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Bengals on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Burrow looking to pass. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. This is Mixon on the draw, and he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
On the return is Powell. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. On second down now. Mixon. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He shakes him off. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford over the middle. That's hauled in by Cup. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Gay's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13 to 10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Williams to return. And down it goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. This is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Here's Powell on the return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. On 2nd down, Akers, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he'll get that to Michelle, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Stafford.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his 1st. Now this one from 48 yards away. And Gay knocks this one through. And that's going to tie us at 13. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the 2nd half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their 1st possession of this 2nd half.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Burrow throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd, his 2nd sack of the night.
But here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Leonard Floyd able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
Matthew Stafford and the rest of the Rams offense set to take over once more.
He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Jordan Evans in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon.
His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
McPherson on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
But you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give. Akers running left. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 3rd and goal, a big play in the Super Bowl. Now Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now still down one. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths, but it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Open man is Uzama. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. On second down now, Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Burrow on third down. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzama. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. That's going to set him back 5 yards. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
Cam Akers and the Rams offense ready to go back to work. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before we get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, they really could have turned this one upside down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe-Awuzie with a pick. And they will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. What a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Burrow looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. The screen does get them 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. Now the situation very simple here. Late game, down 7. They've got to get it in the end zone.
And the best players know how to be calm in these situations because you know right now his pulse is like a jackhammer. So how does he rein it in, make sure the team has a little bit of calm, coupled with that sense of urgency, got to walk that line a little bit, but get it downfield in order to score, and then put the pressure on the guy who kicks the ball because he could tie the game.
It's been a fun game. It all comes down to this. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Cup. That catch good for only a couple. Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Mixon. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Well, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Now it's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.